When I beat Canelo Alvarez, I think I'm gonna be, top three, pound for pound, best fighters ever.
Yo guys, welcome to Boxing Nights. The latest talk of the boxing world is that Terence Crawford isn't chasing greatness. He's already picked out his seat next to Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, just waiting for the Canelo fight to make it official.
You mentioned top three. We got to find out who's the other two who you think are going to be on that list for you.
I think Sugar Ray Robinson and Ali.
Terence Crawford isn't just looking to add another belt to his collection. He's aiming for a legacy that cements him alongside Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson. A bold claim? Absolutely. But if he pulls off what many are calling an impossible task, it might not be all that far-fetched. Crawford is set to take on Canelo Alvarez later this year in what would be his most daring challenge yet. He spent most of his career comfortably dominating at 147 pounds, recently stepping up to 154. Now, he's looking to jump straight to 168 pounds to face a man who's been bulldozing fighters in that division for years. It's the kind of move that could go down in history as pure genius or pure madness.
I think Canelo is up there with the all-time greats too. I already look at myself as an all-time great, but to move up essentially 3 weight classes, and dethrone soon to be undisputed 168 champion without even stepping foot in that weight class or the weight class below is like some Henry Armstrong stuff.
Bud is already convinced of his greatness, but taking down Canelo would put him in a category only a select few have ever entered. He believes that with a win, his name belongs right next to Ali and Robinson, legends who changed the sport forever. If you ask Crawford, there's no if about it. It's just a matter of when.
And how do you think this fight will impact your legacy in boxing history when it's all said and done if you beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when. When I beat Canelo Alvarez, I think I'm going to be, top three, pound for pound, best fighters ever.
On the other hand, Alvarez isn't looking to be anyone's stepping stone. The Mexican superstar is preparing for his own history-making moment, aiming to reclaim his status as the undisputed super middleweight champion. First, he's got to deal with William Skull on May 3rd. Fight that, let's be honest, most people see as a mere formality before the Crawford blockbuster is officially set. But it's boxing, you never know. Crazy things happen here. Moreover, Crawford is well aware of what's in front of him. He knows Canelo is bigger, stronger, and more experienced at this weight. But for him, that's what makes this challenge so exciting. The doubters? They're just fuel to the fire. He wants to be the exception to the old boxing rule that the bigger man always beats the smaller one. If he pulls it off, it would be one of the most impressive wins in boxing history.
They always say you never see a great small guy beat a great big guy. And I want to change that narrative.
But let's not forget, size matters. Crawford is about to step into a weight class he's never even tested, facing a fighter who has spent years terrorizing everyone in it. The last time Canelo fought someone who made a massive jump in weight, Jermall Charlo, it wasn't exactly competitive. Charlo spent most of the fight looking like he regretted his life choices, and the judges had no trouble awarding Canelo an easy decision. Then again, Crawford isn't Charlo. His fight IQ is through the roof, and he's got the kind of adaptability that makes even the best opponents second-guess their approach. And while some critics think this is a weight class too far, Crawford sees it as his chance to prove them all wrong.
It's a great opportunity for me in my career. Then, we will do what we have to do to make that fight with the winner, if there was a winner or if there wasn't a winner. But right now, like I said, we just focus on one individual right now, and that's Canelo.
And from what I'm gathering, it sounds like there's still some career left for you at 37. You're not thinking this is your last fight. You're going to get a major payday and off to the sunset you go.
One thing Crawford has noticed is that Canelo hasn't exactly been putting guys away lately. Once known for his brutal knockouts, the Mexican megastar hasn't stopped anyone since 2021. He's been racking up wins, sure, but they've been more workmanlike than spectacular. Some think he's lost a step. Others believe he's just been playing it safe. However, Crawford is convinced that when they meet, Canelo will bring his absolute best because he'll have no choice.
I think Canelo's been, holding back a lot in his last couple of fights. I don't think that Canelo's really been as excited to get up for those fights that he's been getting up on.
Canelo's recent opponents have either been overmatched or unwilling to engage, which has led to a string of decision victories. Gennady Golovkin, John Ryder, Jermel Charlo, Jamie Munguia, and Edgar Berlanga all heard the final bell. And while Canelo was never in trouble in any of those fights, he also never quite delivered the kind of dominant, highlight reel moment fans have come to expect. Crawford sees this as a chance to bring that fire back out of Canelo. He believes the Mexican has been coasting and that their fight will force him to reach another level.
I think he held Miguel up. I think he could have did more damage, but the respect that he had for Miguel, he just, really too much didn't want to hurt the kid. I think with Berlanga, it was what it was. He showed a dominant performance against Berlanga, and he just felt like he didn't have to do too much of nothing, And so with Charlo was moving a lot, he won every round, so he really didn't feel the need to go in there and try to just maul him down. But I think, with me, he's going to be the best Canelo that we've seen yet.
Meanwhile, Crawford's trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre isn't sweating the size difference at all. According to him, Crawford's skill set is enough to overcome any physical disadvantage. Of course, that's easy to say from the outside. Inside the ring, when a naturally bigger man is planting punches on you, theories tend to fall apart quickly. McIntyre knows this is a bigger challenge than Errol Spence Jr., Crawford's previous best win. No disrespect to Spence, but Canelo is a different animal, one with a more complete skill set, a stronger resume, and a history of making smaller fighters look out of their depth. If Crawford wins, it's the kind of achievement that could see him walk away from the sport for good, knowing he's conquered everything. And according to McIntyre, retirement isn't out of the question. Crawford is 37, and while he's shown no signs of slowing down, there's only so much time left at the top.
I just look at Canelo like he can be beat. He's been beat before, so he can definitely, Bud got the tools to beat him. I mean, Bud got it in him. He has it in him. If it plays out like that, and if he wanted to play out like that, that just tell you that he believes in himself. You know what I'm saying? So I can see him doing it. Is it a challenge for him? Yeah, of course. It's a challenge for the whole team. Yeah, of course. And that's something that we in the business for, being great. I mean, we all can retire from that after that. You know what I'm saying? We can retire after that, and we just sit back and do what you're doing.
Dmitry Bivol, one of the few men to actually beat Canelo, thinks Crawford has a real shot. Bivol shocked the world in 2022 when he outclassed Alvarez at 175 pounds, using a combination of size, discipline, and elite boxing ability to neutralize the Mexican's power. He sees Crawford as a fighter capable of doing something similar, but acknowledges that moving up 2 weight classes is a huge ask. Bivol recently saw Crawford in person and was surprised at how big he looked. That's encouraging for Team Crawford, but looking the part and performing at the weight are 2 different things. Crawford might be strong for a welterweight, but 168 is a whole different world. The punches hit harder. The guys can take more damage. And Canelo isn't exactly known for making mistakes that can be easily exploited.
First reaction, of course, it was about size of Crawford. Is it okay for him to move up for 2 weight classes? Yeah, and he has very good skill. He able to win this fight, but there is a lot of but, and even not but. There is a lot of things, small things, which we don't know how he will deal with this. He need to get used to the power and pressure of 168. Maybe he will get used to it, and how he will be feeling himself at the same day when he will fighting, how his training camp will go on, a lot of things. But he's able. He has good skills. He's awkward. He can use 2 boxing stands. It gives him benefits, of course.
However, Ryan Garcia isn't buying the idea that Crawford can win. In his eyes, Canelo's experience at the weight and mastery of his style will be too much. He pointed to Crawford's performance against Israel Madrimov at 154, where he didn't exactly look dominant, as evidence that moving up again could be a mistake.
How does he fare against Canelo?
He can't beat Canelo. Nah, no way. I mean, I don't see him beating Canelo. He didn't even look that strong against Madrimov, to be honest. And Madrimov's not even a big.
Yeah, different style though. Madrimov has a jerky
different style, yeah, but
in and out, count him, punching.
Yeah, hard to
It's a
time.
little-
the thing with Canelo is he's mastered his style, and he ain't gonna change it up. But he's mastered it. Like he understands what's going on in the ring at all times. I just don't see Terence beating him. I don't.
For now, everything hinges on May 3rd. If Canelo gets past Skull, the path is clear for one of the biggest fights of the decade. Crawford will have months to bulk up, fine-tune his approach, and try to defy history. The odds will be stacked against him, but that's exactly how he likes it. And if he does pull off the upset, well, then he might just have a point about joining Ali and Robinson in the pantheon of all-time greats. So what do you think about this fight? Make sure to let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more boxing content like this.